Take control of your destiny, the chain reaction from thoughts to success.
You know what? Some of the best wisdom sometimes I could tell you one of my favorite quotes. I love it so much. I open my book with the quotes. I could tell you what it is.
And I will tell you what it is.
And how to apply it to 21st century.
I'll take it away. These videos are a collaboration. Sourena, who has cerebral palsy, develops the written material, and I present it on camera. Are you waiting for something to happen before life gets better? Waiting for the right job opportunity, the right relationship, the right moment. We always use that term, when the time is right. Well, while you're waiting, unfortunately, life is passing you by. So I'm going to share some of Sourena's thoughts on some ancient wisdom that may completely transform how you see your life and thus how you take action. But it all starts with something you're doing right now, and that is thinking. Because what you put in equals what you get out. It's just that simple. What you put in equals what you get out. So, hey everybody, welcome back today. Today we're going to talk about one of the most powerful concepts that Sourena has ever encountered and loves sharing, and that's something that literally changed the trajectory of Sourena's life. Sourena introduced this in his third book, this quote, because it's just that important. So let me tell you a quick story about Sourena. For years, Sourena has lived with his disability and struggled with the same things that you and I struggle with as well. So all the same struggles, in addition to all the struggles he has because of his disability. And he kept thinking to himself, if things were different, right, then everything would just change, right? If he had more resources, didn't have the disability, different circumstances, if other people acted differently, then he could live the life he wanted. He was waiting for his external conditions to shift. But then he discovered something, and it was actually the ancient philosopher Lao Tzu that laid out this incredible chain reaction that shows exactly how you change your destiny. And once you understand the chain, you realize that you have the power to change everything. It's actually the power, and it's in your hands. So here's what we want to cover today. First, I'm going to tell you Sourena's thoughts on Lao Tzu's wisdom and why it mattered so much to him and why it should matter that much to you. And then we'll walk you through the link in each chain, how thoughts to words, to actions, to habits, to character, to destiny, how that all plays out. And we'll show you exactly how to start applying this chain today, because there's no better time than today to start doing something that's going to change your life. So stick around to the end, because Sourena's going to challenge you with one specific action that will kickstart this entire process. The power chain explained. Watch your thoughts, they become words. Watch your words, they become actions. Watch your actions because they become habits. And watch your habits because they become character. And finally, watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. One of Sourena's favorite quotes, he used it in his third book. He loves Lao Tzu's philosophy on this. But the bottom line is, Sourena will always tell you that this isn't just poetic language. Although, to be honest, it's a little poetic. But it's more than that. It's literally how human beings create their lives. Think about it for a moment. Everything does start with a thought, right? Every single day, we're thinking about hundreds of things, right? How challenging your day is, what your family needs, what you want to eat, your work responsibilities, if you need to get gas in the car, right? Those thoughts are constant. All day long, we are constantly having thoughts. But what most people don't realize is that every single thought has power. They're not just floating around in your head doing nothing. They're the raw materials of your entire life, right? Again, the thing we said earlier is what you put into life is what you get out of life, right? So your destiny isn't created by some external circumstance. It's created by the internal chain reaction that starts with your thoughts. So if you want to change your life, you've got to start by changing the thing at the beginning of that chain, and those are your thoughts. Thoughts, where it all begins. Let's talk about thoughts. Sourena, as a person living with a disability, deals with negative thoughts all the time, right? People that know Sourena might think, oh, he's so positive and optimistic. And while he does have those traits, trust me, he's told me he has negative thoughts. Like, why has everything got to be so hard for me? Why do I have this disability? Why do I have to depend so much on other people, right? And that psychological weight, oftentimes for Sourena, is even heavier to carry than the physical challenge itself, right? But what Sourena learned is by taking control of your life means taking control of your thoughts. He's got to take control of those thoughts. And here's the thing, it's incredibly easy to lose control of your thoughts. You get caught off in traffic and obsess about it for the next hour, right? Someone makes an offhanded comment and it ruins your day, or the tone of somebody's voice rubs you the wrong way to the point where you're suddenly replaying it in your mind over and over. So it is easy to lose control of those thoughts, right? But Sourena, in his situation, had to make a decision. He could let the negative thoughts dominate, right? Take up all of his mental space, or he could let them go and replace them with something better. And he chose to let them go, right? Not suppress them, actually let them go, because there's a difference between those two things, right? You can't always control the thoughts that show up. We all know that, right? We have thoughts that pop into our head, but we can absolutely control which ones we feed, right? Negative thoughts will bubble up. That's normal. The question is, are you going to give them the time and energy, right? Because Sourena learned he could do that, but that's going to get him nowhere. So he really learned how to take control of that. So create a space for positive thoughts by releasing those negative ones. When a negative thought appears, acknowledge it. Don't ignore it. Don't suppress it. Acknowledge it, right? And then consciously replace it with something constructive. This isn't toxic positivity. It's actually strategic thinking. Words, your thoughts taking shape. Your thoughts become words, and words are incredibly powerful. You know, when it comes to Sourena's disability, he rarely uses the word hard, which might seem a little bit weird because his life has its challenges, but you know what? His life is also amazing, right? He's surrounded by incredible people. He's got a place to sleep, good food, amazing support, an incredible business, all of those things. So if he goes around saying everything is hard, he's disrespecting those blessings, right? He's disrespecting people that have it way harder than he does. You know, so words matter, right? And the words you choose shape how you see your reality. They also tell other people what you're about, right? Think about how you communicate in your text, emails, phone calls, Zooms, face-to-face conversations. Your words reveal your priorities, your values, what you're really trying to do. So when you use your words to show gratitude, enthusiasm, commitment, and you're sending a strong message, and not just to others, right, in that communication, but also reinforcing it with yourself. Words are a signal to other people about what you value. And that's why every single word you use matters. So pay attention to the words you use most frequently, right? Are they empowering you or are they limiting you? And start replacing limiting language with empowering language, right? Instead of I have to, how about I get to? Or adding yet, become a yet mentality. I haven't figured it out yet. I haven't accomplished it yet. But those small shifts in your words can create massive shifts in your mindset. Actions and habits, where change becomes real. Sourena will tell you that this is the part where the rubber meets the road, right? Words then turn into actions, and repeated actions become your habits. Good habits help you be successful. Bad habits hold you back. So the quality of your actions actually end up determining the quality of your life, period. End of story, right? We're always reacting to the world around us, right? Traffic makes us late. Coworkers can make us frustrated. Kids definitely test our patience. But successful people understand something crucial, and that's the quality of our reactions is directly linked to the quality of our life, right? So if you want to improve your life, you have to improve the quality of your actions and your habits. So here's a key that Sourena likes to share. Just be willing to do what most people aren't. If you choose that path, be willing to do what most people aren't willing to do. That separates normal from super successful people, right? It's going to set you apart from everyone else. So what does that look like? Well, building real collaborations, becoming a lifelong learner, committing harder than your peers do, and respecting others even when it's difficult, right? Those habits may not be glamorous, but they are powerful. You know, Sourena always knew that he wanted to write books and speak on stage, build courses, and consult for people, right? Those are huge goals. But what he didn't do was wait for the perfect moment. He started writing consistently every single day. Some days, garbage, right? Some days it was gold, right? It's just how it worked. But it was habit forming. And that's what helped him become a writer and lead to 3 published books. The same path took him to become a speaker, to create courses, to create content, and consult for other people. So what Sourena would like you to do is identify one habit that would move your life forward. Just one. Not 2, 3, 4, 5. Just one. And make it so small that you just can't fail. Then do that every day for 30 days. And don't focus on the results. Focus on keeping that promise to yourself. That's how you build character, and that's how you create destiny. Character. who you become. When you consistently execute on your high quality habits, something will shift, right? You develop character, your identity strengthens, your reputation improves. And here's the beautiful thing. People will notice, right? When you're the person who shows up, who does the work, who keeps their word, who treats everybody with respect, opportunities start appearing. And that's not because of luck. It's because you become the kind of person that opportunities are attracted to. And that's the essence of character. It's basically your habits solidified into an identity, right? Character is your habits solidified into an identity. It's not who you say you are, it's how you consistently show up, how you consistently act. That's what it is. It's not about saying it, it's about showing it. Most people want better results, that's natural, but what they really need is a better identity. When you see yourself as a certain type of person, your actions naturally align. Sourena sees himself as a writer, someone with a strong mindset, as a positive person. And that's not just what Sourena does or tries, it's who he is. It's his identity. So what's the identity you want? Not the job title, the character, the actual identity. Do you want to be somebody who's disciplined, compassionate, courageous, optimistic? Then start acting like that person, even in small ways. Because your character ultimately is built on one small choice at a time. Destiny. The life you design. All of these things lead ultimately to destiny. And here's what makes this so powerful. When you've earned your success through this deliberate process, you experience something most people never feel, right? Pride, deep satisfaction, the knowledge that you took control rather than leaving things to chance, right? You're not lucky, you're strategic. You didn't wait for circumstances to change. You changed yourself, right? Remember what we said at the beginning? People are waiting for this mysterious thing to happen that just makes everything the perfect situation, the perfect scenario to move forward and go after goals. But you should be different now. You understand that destiny isn't out there somewhere. It's being created right now, in this moment, by your thoughts, by the thoughts you're choosing, by your words you're speaking, by the actions you're taking, right? The power to change your life isn't out there somewhere. It's in your hands right now. So stop waiting, start building. Your destiny is being written through the chain reaction that you're creating every single day. And the question is, what sort of destiny are you writing? So to recap the chain, your thoughts become words, your words become actions, your actions become habits, your habits become your character, and your character becomes your destiny. This isn't theory. This is how life actually works. And the best part, you have complete control over every single link in that chain. So here's Sourena's challenge for you. Pick one negative thought pattern that you've been feeding. Just one. Again, not 2, 3, 4, or 5. We're going to start small. Focus on just one. And starting today, every time that shows up, consciously replace it with something better. Do this for 7 days and watch the amazing things that happen. If this resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe, or share this with somebody who needs to hear it. Right? That's one of the best things you can do is sharing great info with other people you care about. Because the power chain is real. So use it. We'll see you in the next one. If you enjoy this content, make sure that you download Sourena's ebook, 5 Keys to an Amazing Mindset, by clicking on the link in the description. And also, please like, comment, and share.